What up, though? Peace and blessings. If you clicked on this live stream, if you would be so kind to hit that like, support the platform, I'd appreciate that. Respect to you. Let me start off by saying I say this all the time, fam. You never know who the hell are behind these YouTube accounts. I said it so many times, man. You never know if it could be a serial killer or rapist a a psycho, uh, in this case, the brother that shot up the Brooklyn subway, Frank R. James. Ain't that a bitch? And just like a lot of people was expected, the brother's reasons, well, so he was arrested in the East Village. This dude had a YouTube channel. They say YouTube channel full of hate. I ain't even check out the YouTube channel because they took it down anyway. All right. They took that down in a hurry when they found out who he really was. Um, they say his YouTube channel just had a bunch of hate filled with uh, racist, misogynistic views, rants, and he criticized the New York mayor Eric Adams a whole lot. So a lot of his perspectives were based on the problems, like with the city and the political. Those are always the ones who go and do the psycho shit, fam. Let me see. The name of his channel was Prophet of Truth 88. And he been on here for some years too, from what I'm saying. And featured videos where he actually talked about wanting to exterminate certain people. Yeah, James mentioned wanting to exterminate certain people and called for an increase in mass shootings. See, this is what I be talking about when I be complaining about YouTube. Y'all so busy trying to take down videos for reasons that are really a misunderstanding. And you mean to tell me this dude been up here for years talking about wanting to exterminate people? You overlooking that type of shit, but you focused on people who are just uploading content for positive purposes. This is what I be talking about. How many times I done said it? How many times I say this shit? And they probably not gonna change nothing. Maybe they will. But I always said it would take something drastic for YouTube to take a look at the way they operate their platform. He was talking in some of his videos, he was talking about the Ukraine crisis, the Will Smith stuff, and said he was happy while watching videos of 9/11. He got this one clip named Sensible Violence, where he put together some news footage from US shootings. Like, listen, this brother had his channel. I don't know who was watching this dude, but clearly this is somebody who needed to be monitored, fam. He was talking about the Supreme Court justice, talking about wanting to kill a Latino man due to work issues, right? So I guess just for example, some dude that he works with, I guess he had talked about. So this dude was getting away with talking about all this type of shit in his videos. He had a real problem with the mayor. I guess he did a lot of ranting about homelessness in the city. And I'd be damned if I didn't say it and a few other people said, that might be somebody who has a problem with the political stuff that takes place, right? Ain't that a bitch? And he was even on YouTube. Yeah, not a YouTube, my bad. Facebook. He had a YouTube and he had a Facebook. Facebook name was Prophet of Doom 008. They took that down. Yeah. So he never said his name in the videos, but he was just ranting in the videos, right? And from my understanding, he was a truck driver. And you know what's crazy? I knew it was. I knew it wasn't gonna take long for them to find this dude. Somebody said that he probably was gonna go out with a bang. I thought maybe after doing something like that, he would have took his own life. Let me tell you something. They're gonna throw the book at that dude. At first, it came out that he was the suspect, and then about an hour later, half hour later, gonna find out they arrested him. And look at his background. Homie been arrested 12 times before, including 9 times in New York City. So I don't understand what his purpose was. His purpose was to prove a point about homelessness. And from what they're saying, I believe he had an issue with like mass shootings and stuff like that. Because I didn't get to see his channel before they took it down. You know, I don't know who was watching this brother, but I don't know why I don't know why they didn't like report him to YouTube. This brother been on here for years talking this crazy shit, man. For years. I say it every day. You never know. Anybody can make an account on here. Let me tell you something. Satan in human form can make an account on YouTube. We would never know it. Just think of all these accounts who don't have profile pictures, even if they do. You never know who's really behind these accounts. But some people end up giving away the type of person that they are, right? And like I say, I don't know how many subscribers family had. I don't know how many views he was getting. But if he had an audience, then they should have reported this fool to YouTube, man. And YouTube, you should be ashamed of yourself for letting that fly up under your nose like that. You'll take down a video that somebody uploaded for teaching purposes, right? Because you got the wrong idea. I lost 2 channels behind misunderstanding that they had. You'll mess with people like that and call it a violation of restriction. But then this dude right here was on here for years, hinting at him, basically giving hints that one day he was going to snap. That could have been, if you ask me, that could have been avoided. What happened to them people in Brooklyn? Respect to May Ring 77. Peace and blessings to you. If you ask me, that could have been avoided. How is it that somebody actually had a channel, where they were giving hints at them going down this type of path? That's crazy to me. So who's really to blame? I mean, yeah, he picked up the gun. He's the one that threw the smoke bomb. He's the one that shot those people. But maybe we should really be taking this up with YouTube. That's the way I'm looking at it, honestly, because I've been saying this for like a year now. I've been saying it for a year. Like the people who run this platform are focused on the wrong things, man. Like, you know how many people I know lost accounts and have had strikes? And this brother was just on here freely expressing his aggression with the world. But to get on him real quick, I don't understand, like, how is it like he's complaining about, like, basically, you know, homelessness and stuff like that, complaining about stuff being better. And then I don't get these dudes, man. They complain about stuff being better in the world, but then they go out there and try to take multiple lives like that. Like, what do you think that is? That's an action of what? You think that's contributing to making things better in the world? Like, let me tell you something, it go deeper than that. This brother wasn't happy with his own life, man. They say he was a truck driver, and they say, yeah, one of the issues, like I just said, one of the issues he had was the mayor kind of like really not cracking down on the homelessness that, like the homelessness rate in the city. They're not saying if he was homeless himself. I'm pretty sure more information will come out. But just listen to what I'm saying, man. Once again, it just goes to show you just never know who on the other side of that camera. You never know. And that's why I don't trust a lot of these people who never show their face on here. Anybody can say anything. You know what I'm saying? You can say anything if you're not showing your face. Even if I don't see a person's like regular picture in in a profile pic. Right. That's right. That's why it's always been hard for me to, like I just I really can't even like subscribe a simple subscription to somebody who's not showing their face. Everybody has their right to put up whatever profile pic they want. Yeah, you can make the screen black if you want, you know. But that's just not it because this dude, like I said, I don't know if he showed his face on his profile picture or not, but I'm saying his videos, like if he been on here for some years, then he must obviously he had plenty of videos, right? So he was dropping these hints on Facebook, he was dropping these hints on YouTube. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's crazy. I can't really say I'm surprised. I can't really say I'm surprised. Because what is YouTube? This is it really is a place for, people to blog, to vet, you know. And if you pay attention, you can probably tell the type of person that you're dealing with, type of person you're subscribed to. Sometimes people make up a character, just for entertainment's sake. But this dude, he clearly gave hints. They said that he actually talked about shooting somebody at his job. What did that tell you? I would have never said nothing like that on camera. Even if you were going to do something like that, just the fact that he said it on camera, that means he has no problem committing violence in a public place. The way he was walking, I'm like, is that the dude that did it really? He seemed crippled, not funny at all, but I'm like, he really did that. I know, like when I first seen this picture, um, excuse the noise. When I seen this picture, um, I don't know. I was kind of caught off guard because they said that it was like 170 to 180 or something like that. It looked like he's like big. Like he's a big dude. That's a big dude, man. Look like he's like 200 and something. You know, um, you just never know what somebody is thinking. You never know what somebody is going through in their life. And just like there are a lot of positive, God fearing people on here, um, there are a lot of people who do the complete opposite. And the thing about it is, like I say, this could have been avoided. I mean, how is it that this platform has YouTube? Everybody, like so many people that I know have gotten, strikes for speaking their mind about certain things, right? For telling their truth. But then this guy, he told his truth, but he also dropped hints and what he was gonna do. I don't understand how I don't understand how they overlooked that. I don't get it. Carisha Coverdale, hope I said that right. Peace and blessings to you. If y'all can do me a favor and hit that like, I'd appreciate that. He seemed taller than five. Yeah, he did. He seems a little taller than that. I pictured somebody completely different, and that's why I say again, you just never know. You just never know. This is like somebody that I know once said that, YouTube is kind of like the devil's playground. And it makes a lot of sense. That's like a perfect example. There's a lot of good people on there, a lot of harmless people on here. But then you got people who are just using this as an outlet to vent their frustration with whatever's going on in their life, whatever's going on in the world. And like, just like I'm sitting here live right now, that type of person could be watching me right now. You know what I'm saying? Any of us that go live and do these videos, this type of person, who knows? Somebody just like him could have been in our comments. I've been saying this for the longest. Like it's a creepy thing to think about. I don't know. I don't trust like a lot of news. Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna take long for them to find this dude. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I remember somebody saying that this dude, he's not gonna go without a fight. He's gonna, you know what I mean? Because if you can shoot that many people, then clearly you have no problem. You set yourself up as a type of person who would, shoot at the police or anybody that's trying to arrest you. But I want to say this. Sorry for the noise. If you two if you got like if you guys are like watching these videos like really for real, take a look at your platform. I'm not saying that it's their fault, but I'm saying come on. That's why I take the restrictions and guidelines for a joke, man. They didn't put the gun in that brother's hand. Nah, they didn't do that. But how are you passing around? How are you sending people surveys, telling them to fill out these surveys, talking about you want to increase the safetyness of the community and others when this dude's been on here for years, right up under your nose, like plotting and planning? That's crazy to me. Lady D, respect to you. Appreciate you. That's crazy to me, fam. You know, and just like we just talked about, didn't expect, for whatever reason, didn't expect him to, well, look like that. You know what I mean? That's just because of what I just said. Like, you never know, man. You never know what these people behind these accounts are capable of. Come on, man. That's crazy. Like, he had a big problem with the mayor. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look up some more stuff on this dude. Have you seen the video of him getting on the subway? You don't even seem ready to do that. He had to turn sideways to get on. That's the one thing I missed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard a couple people say that there was a video of it. I think I probably like skimmed past it. I really didn't watch it. Was it a long video? And he wasn't wearing a gas mask, as he said. Really? Nor green vest. His vest was orange. Wow. I know the news can get some things misconstrued, but damn. Think there's a chance that just because I don't know, maybe just because they heard that it was a black guy, maybe they just want to make it seem as bad as possible. Maybe I spoke about that too. Like when I first heard um that the rumor was he was black, I'm like, how did he know that so fast? You know what I mean? Like, how did he know that? You know? I believe in some of these situations, like all bets are off once they find out that it's an African American. It's like they don't care how, and even though he made himself look bad by doing it, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it just had to be a nigga. I said this yesterday. Just had to be. I mean, it's messed up because it's like maybe some of the points that he had, was spot on. There's a lot of things that need change and all this stuff. Like we know the system is messed up. That's why I try not to talk too much about political stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm the type of person to discuss like political stuff and I get mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about that type of shit. The video is 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Man, just type his name. Just type his name and it comes up. You know what? I'm gonna do that after this. Yeah, the only thing the eyewitness got exactly. I said this. I'm like, you mean to tell me, like, you know that for a fact? He's black, really? Wouldn't it would have been some shit if come to find out it really was a white guy. You know, like seriously, I try not to get into politics like that. It just gets me mad. And like I say, maybe the dude had a lot of points about what he was talking about. But the way he went about it, obviously you can't agree with that. As soon as they found out who he was, they took his channel down. You think about the history, like of YouTubers who've been in the public for like violent outbursts and shit like that. Um, I remember one day I watched like this documentary about this one lady who I forget her name, man. Some of y'all might know her too. You might have heard her name before. I forget her name. She was this lady. She had two kids. She was homeless, and she was always like going off on her kid's father, and she was moving house to house. She documented basically every bit of her life, right? And in the end, um, she basically had a shootout with the police, and it was being recorded. Her kids were recording the situation while she ended up, getting killed by the police. And she had also shot at I think another cop had got killed too. Um, a situation like that. And I remember another situation where this girl had killed her father. Her and her boyfriend had plotted to kill her father. And then they got on YouTube on camera, put up a video about, dropping these little hints that they had just killed somebody. And then they bragged about the fact that they had just had sex after they killed her father. Those are just two examples. Like if you really look up how many like moments there are of YouTubers like going crazy, it's a creepy thing, man. Yo, Dome, what up, fam? My G, how you? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Peace and blessings to you. Why they take it down? They know YouTube soft casings. Yeah, they took that down with a heartbeat, because I definitely would have went and checked out his channel. You know what I mean? But see, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I get so mad at YouTube, man, because like they knew nothing about, the type of person he was until he got caught. But they swear up and down that they have guidelines and restrictions that prevent that type of talk, let alone that type of action. You know? Nobody at this, so we don't know how many views we don't know if he had an audience who was listening to what he was saying. And let's be honest, a lot of people talk crazy every day. So you're not necessarily going to go and report the first person that says, "Oh, I want to show them something. I want to do something to somebody." You know what I mean? People talk like that every day. People don't do, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like it could have been prevented. Is it fair to put some of this blame on YouTube, you think? because they love to crack down on the wrong people on here. I see it every day. But maybe if they would have noticed what he was talking about, the brother could have been stopped. You know what I'm saying? Can't gain that Monado system. But he had a big problem with the mayor. It's always the dudes who are like deep in the political. You know what I mean? And I can understand why. Like I said, there's a lot of shit wrong with this world, like America, the city and all that. There's a lot of shit that needs fixing. But what point were you gonna prove by doing that? You know what I mean? So it had to go deeper than that. This must, and it had to be that this dude was ready to go out, because he basically, even though he's not dead, I mean, he could still make a suicide attempt. Obviously, he was ready to go out if he went and did something like that. Once you do something like that, you know, there you deem yourself as a more than dangerous person. That's crazy. And then they say, in accordance with our creator responsibility guidelines, following the tragic event in New York City, our trust and safety team identified and terminated a YouTube channel associated with the suspect in accordance with our creator responsibility guidelines. A YouTube spokesperson told Insider. Should have been on. I don't care, man. They should have been. You should have been on that. They should have been on that. I just gotta say, Karen Gaines. Was that her name? Was that her name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. I know she had a specific profile name. I can't remember her real name, but the name of her channel, it's at the tip of my tongue, though. It's at the tip of my damn tongue. I know the lady, but when I watched this documentary, let me tell you something. That girl was crazy as hell. She was a weirdo, fam. I'm like, she like the whole point of her documentary was to complain about things that were going on in the world, and she was always talking about how like the kid's father are not going to take them away from her when clearly that's what needed to be happening. That's what needed to happen. That's what needed to be done. You know, yeah, but it was a sad video to see. You know, yeah, she got killed. She had a little shootout with the cops. Before that, there was she was staying before that in the video. She was staying with these folks. There was some old people, and I don't know if that was their son or whatever, but they were trying to get her to leave. She was staying with these people. They were trying to get her to leave. They said, well, I think I don't know, she had pushed the old man or put her hands on him or whatever. They were trying to get her to leave. All hell was breaking loose. I can't, but like I say, man, that's only one example. Like if you look up, I don't even know how to type it in, but like some of these YouTubers really wild out, fam. Like that's all I think about, when I be on these lives sometimes. And then when I end up getting these little emails from YouTube, I'm like, I say, how many times I've said it in the past? So many of my videos, I say, I'm worrying about the wrong thing, man. Yeah, I don't remember what year it happened in. It was a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I can't help but say it. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube like tries to crack down a little bit more as far as their guidelines and stuff like that. But do it in a way where it doesn't affect people like me, people like y'all, you know, like if people are on here talking about um they want to shoot somebody, that's clearly when you need to step in, you know. Like I bring this up every once in a while. I still remember the day I seen this video. It was a Saturday morning. I'll never forget it, where this mother was being choked out by her daughter. I believe she had like a string or a rope or something like that. You know, some of y'all might have heard me talk about it before. That's because I can't believe that I actually had seen that shit. I'm like, what the hell? This is my first year on YouTube, right? It was a Saturday morning. I'll never forget it. You know, this lady, like, she really almost took her mother's life on the video. The video had stayed up for a couple of hours. Let me see. What was the name of it? Red Pill Jenny or something like that. You know, I don't think she ever even discussed it after that. You know what I mean? But that's just an example that YouTube, they don't catch on to the things they need to catch on to, man. They don't. There's so many things that could have been stopped like over the years. A lot of things that, you know, because a psycho can make an account too. You know what I mean? A serial killer, a rapist, you know what I mean? Like just like we can make an account, so can they. It's simple. And multiple of them at that. Sorry about the noise. But after all of that, I wouldn't be surprised if the brother is up making a suicide attempt. You know what I mean? Too bad it had to go out like that. You know, understand, you know, like you have issues with some of the shit that's going on in the world, but that wasn't necessary to shoot those people like that. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure more end up coming out about them, but you know, blessings to those people who survived. You know, that's the good part about it. I didn't hear about anybody who died, so blessings to them and to the family. But I'll get myself up off of here. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, stopping by. Anybody that happens to watch this replay back, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button. I would appreciate that. And peace and blessings. Yeah, thanks, Mayran. Appreciate you. Blessings.